Hey there everybody, Pop on Top here. Welcome back to some more Fallout 4 mods. In today's mod, we got this weapon mod in my character's hands here. It's classic. It's referred to as a Magnum Autoloader, but also the Desert Eagle, which is obviously the main inspiration for it. This looks like a Desert Eagle to me. The big old blocky iron sights, just the big blocky design in general. This mod is a brand new Deagle, or that's the short for Desert Eagle, right? The Magnum Autoloader. It spawns into the leveled list after level 12. Boss enemies will love this weapon, apparently. It has plenty of modifications. It has color customization, which we'll get into a little bit later on in the video, custom animation, sound effects, as well as munition support. So if we take a look at the baseline kind of version of the weapon here, choose .44 ammunition for me by default. I don't know what the munition support is, but we'll see. Texture quality isn't super particular amazing on this weapon here. I want to mention as a thing, obviously it's always a kind of a fight of a file size versus like texture quality, right? Obviously bigger textures, more fancier textures are bigger, right? So they take up more space. I think it looks good enough, right? It's got really nice looking animations though. They talk about those custom animations. It does look quite good. It looks like a big fucking hefty gun. It's got a lot of like recoil in its spamminess. The reload looks nice as well, right? Very good looking gun, right? I like it a lot already, right? So I love big hard hitting pistols myself. So let's take a look at the customization we can do with it, because they did talk about lots of customization being here. So this is standard receiver, 131 damage with max perks. We can go all the way up to advanced receiver. That's 228 damage, a lot more DPS. We got custom barrel, custom long barrel, custom heavy long barrel. Probably the way to go. Maximize that range stat. Just a big fat boy, but then it doesn't kind of match up, right? The long barrel doesn't look like the rest of the weapon. We'll see if we can match that up, right? Like. We could lots of things to change in here though. We'll mess with it as we go here. So we have a wood grip, comfort grip. I'd love a wood grain look, but the comfort grip is probably going to be the way to go because it is better. We have a quick eject version of the mag. We have 357, 12.7 millimeter. That's obviously the munition stuff in there. Extended 44. So 12.7 millimeter is the maximum damage. You can make it 357 to make it. It has extended quick. Let's do extended quick 12.7 millimeter. So we could put iron sights on there, a marksman sight so you can do long range sniping with it. And we could put a suppressor on there if we wanted to, or a compensator. And then different materials. Those are different like colors on sights. And then like different material. Oh, I see. So the steel, stainless, gold. The gold doesn't look like it's gold or copper. I don't think any of that's doing anything. It doesn't look that different. Like the slide's supposed to be different colors. Like I think. Like the stainless one looks different maybe. Like some of these don't look like blued. I guess so, right? Like the frame here. Like if I put like stainless stuff on there, I could tell that that's stainless, right? Like it's definitely changed the color of the weapon that way, right? Like, but like some of it doesn't look like it's changing very much. This is our big long marksman sight. So this is definitely, it definitely looks different in the light and stuff, right? Like big long range marksman sight. Keep it loud. I do like the sound of this weapon though. This big chunky fucking Desert Eagle boy is supposed to be big and chunky. I don't really like the look of this sight though. I just think it's too much sight for a pistol, really. Especially because it looked like we had customization for sights and stuff. So let's take a look at this here. So if I take, because like you put like a custom long barrel in there, is that custom heavy long barrel? So like these custom things, right? Like, but I didn't really see like stainless sights. If I put like gold everything on here, let's see if it actually looks gold in like the light or something. Like, am I just like? Because it doesn't look like it's changing at all. Let's take that marksman sight off. Let's put a hollow on there for now. I don't think I'm going to like this either. I think any kind of sight's too much for a pistol. But it says it's supposed to be gold. But this definitely doesn't look gold, right? Like I would not say... This is a nice little hollow sight, I suppose. But this definitely doesn't look gold, right? Like the custom skins are supposed to be there doing things. This is definitely not working as intended, I imagine. Because, yeah, you should be able to customize each of these different pieces, right? Like to different things. Like if I make it blued here, it should... I mean... I had the blue frame on apparently. I did that already. Blue controls. Let's just make it all. Let's put the suppressor on there, see what it sounds like suppress, and then also the reflex sight to test that out. We have the extended mag on there with quick eject. The suppressor doesn't really look like it fits the rest of the weapon. It still sounds great though. That sounds wonderful for a suppressed Deagle noise. That's nice. I definitely like the sound of it. The reflex sight is quite clean and it's reticle. The recoil is a little bit high, right? So you're always going to deal with that anytime you have a sight. And this is supposed to be blued, but it just all looks black, right? Like it doesn't... The distinction between them don't really like the different skins on the weapon, right? I do think you want the custom heavy long barrel, though. It just has the most accuracy, the best recoil control, right? Like, unless you really want the hip fire on the snub barrel, I guess. I want iron sights, though, because we did see... I think I saw... Like, there's blued sights. Like, the sights are supposed to be different. So, like, if I put steel sights on there, does that look different? Right? Like... Like, is that like, yeah, the sights are, like, you can actually change the sight module. Like, not like actual, like, color. It's not like a glow sight. I wish it was a glow sight. That'd be kind of nice, but it does sound good suppressed. I do like and the animations here are really good. I'm just, you know, it's a little bit unfortunate that all that color customization they advertise there isn't really working as intended, right? Like, it's not, like, if I put gold on here again, like I talked about, right? Or let's put copper on there. That might be even like a more standout-ish thing, right? Like, I put everything at copper. Does it even look copper? Could put a compensator on there too, because the suppressor does make you lose some range. Compensator also makes you lose a little range, but you get that improved recoil control, which actually might be a bigger factor. But then the compensator doesn't really look like the rest of the weapon. It's supposed to be copper, but I don't know. I just don't think that's a laser pistol. That's not what I'm looking at here. Sorry, but yeah, I don't know. Like, I'm trying to make the light hit the weapon in a certain way, but like, it just looks, you know, black, right? Regardless, and the compensator looks like different, which is fine. But this is supposed to be copper, and this is definitely not copper, right? Like. Yeah, the loud, I mean, as good as it sounds suppressed, the loud version of the gun really fucking smacking the fuck out of my ears every time I shoot it, which is supposed to. It's a Desert Eagle. It's a big fucking hand cannon of a fucking pistol. That's his whole deal. I just don't, like, it just doesn't work with these 5 different, I mean, the customization here would be insane because you could have, like, a gold frame. Like, the slide could be copper, right? You could do all different kinds of things. You could put them together in different, unique, interesting ways, but none of that's actually functionally working. It's a pretty basic old pistol mod overall, right? Like, it is powerful and it is cool. This stainless, I mean, it all looks functionally the same to me, right? Like, but the sound is good. The animations are good. I'm imagining when I go test this out in combat, it's good. Like, the 3 different ammunition types. We have the 44 and like a regular mag, an extended mag, a quick eject, and then like an extended quick eject, and then you have that for 357 as well, and then the 12.7 millimeter to maximize damage. It's all really cool stuff. The extra long barrel of, like, reach out and touch from far away really is nice. The animation on that is really slick. It looks nice. I think it's got big, heavy, chunky recoil. The sound is good. Like, the weapon functionally is fine. It just advertises like having all those skins that, just for me at least, aren't doing anything. You guys can let me know if you have different experience with that. I always, you know, appreciate and respect that. I think the compensator might even be a way to go too, right? Like, but like, you put stainless on there. I guess you can make everything steel. Steel is like the color that's going to look like the default color we had on there. But I think the steel, like, see, the steel doesn't go with this custom long heavy barrel anyway, right? Like, go with the custom long barrel? No, right? Like, some of these barrels look like different things anyway. The standard barrel did, right? Like, that, now it looks like a unified weapon now. It looks like it's all one thing, right? But I think that on this particular thing too, the steel actually looks the worst. The stainless stuff, like, gets the darker color, makes the, I think, the reflection that it's trying to show out, the shininess of the weapon, look better with like a stainless steel kind of color. But I'm sure this weapon's gonna slap. It's gonna function really well. We're just gonna pound the fuck out of fucking big ass fucking bullets into people. It's gonna be a good time, but it's a little bit of a shame about that customization. But I think it's good other than that. Like, I think you do want to go custom long barrel, but it does make the weapon look a little bit different. And then you probably just go stainless, right? Because it's the only one that looks. I'm getting XP for these things. They are free, at least. They're free cosmetic, so you're not, like, wasting your time if they don't work out. But, like, compensator might be the way to go. If you want to do suppress, you can. You could put the sights on there. We showed all those off. 12.7 is the way to go if you have munitions and all that stuff works. I imagine you have to have munitions for the mod, right? Because it is just the most damage per bullet. You are getting, I guess, some DPS. Because you are gaining a significant amount of fire rate with this 357. That might be interesting. So if I put the 357 on there, it is still, yeah, it does do less damage per shot, but the DPS is higher. So maybe we'll test that out. That's an interesting thing. I do like that concept of, like, a smaller caliber. But yeah, you want the comfort grip on there. There's not really too many choices. You just kind of work your way down the gun nut of things, right? Like, you could also do hair trigger to get even more fire rate, but you do lose a lot of damage that way. Advance, I think, is the way to go. We'll test out the 357 version. 14 rounds instead. So it is bigger even as a magazine too. And it definitely feels faster, very spam cannony. We'll test this version out in some combat though, and I'll see you guys when I get there. Alright everybody, I've got myself in a combat scenario. I have the 357, which is also munitions, right? But the faster fire rate is kind of a cool thing. And first and foremost, we got the 4-leaf fish packing pan here, where we got ghouls, right? I figure ghouls even, in the specialty sense, would benefit from having that increased fire rate. There's also super mutants there, suicider right there. But yeah, the ghouls, I mean, it's not quite one-shotting into this capacity, but having the backup fire rate is good, especially because this guy's coming at my ass. The suicider might be a little too tough for this. To be fair, for some reason, run, just run. Hey, you can't get me. If you can't catch me, I can't die. That works. It's a little bit softer on the damage this way, but like I said, it doesn't gain too much damage. The DPS is actually higher this way. Now, we could show off some other stuff here. Maybe some VAT shots on deck. I wanted to see how many shots I got off of VAT there. It wasn't like too many, I think. And at this range, we're losing that ability for that fire rate to matter too much, because the recoil, even with the compensator and all this stuff on there, is a little bit heavy. When you get point blank in there, you just start spamming it. That's a particular place. You could obviously do the 12.7 millimeter if you really want to maximize per damage per bullet or whatever, but the DPS is higher this way. You have to reload a lot though. Get absolutely fucked. Just unload shots. That's the, you know, I like doing that. I wish there was an automatic version. Obviously, an auto deal is kind of an insane thing. The spamminess of that, if you do miss a shot, you get to follow up, and the recoil does seem a little bit lighter to compensate for the smaller round, right? The 357 would be the smallest round, therefore the least amount that you would get interfered with. But you get point blank in here, you can just start. That's the fun part about the Deagle, right? It's a big, heavy fucking gun, but you can also spam the shit out of it. Now, if you want to do, like I said, do that 12.7 millimeter, the .44 is really the one that loses out there as like being less damage than the 12.7 millimeter, but also less fire rate than the 357. So the 357 seems to be the way to go. We're gonna have some more combat in here, I believe. I picked this location on purpose because we have the softy, somewhat soft ghouls, but we should also have some other kinds of different variety of targets. We have the super mutants there. These are scavengers. So you guys want to be hostile with me? I mean, these are low levels. Just die in one shot, right? Like, absolutely. Raiders get burnt. Right? Not a problem at all. Right? Like, just different varieties of combat for different scenarios and stuff here. You can customize the weapon how you want. I wish the colors worked, like you could make it gold or whatever. Not that I even care about color customization, but I just don't like the idea of advertising a feature and then having it not work, right? Like, I think the weapon looks good, though. Not, like I said, not the most amazing texture quality as it is. Bat's headshot, just to show that off, just to watch the little bloody mist go. You don't get too many shots off in Vats. It's a big, heavy handgun. Somebody want to talk shit over here? Hello? Sounded like it was over here. I do know there's some Mirelix around here too. I think we've done enough testing in combat. I actually am just having fun shooting the weapon off here. Like when we're dealing with bugs here, right? Like I miss. I didn't quite one-shot it, but the ability to kind of spam it is good because fuck you. You know what? Fuck you. Bats. Red Widow Bloodbug is kind of nasty as it is anyway too. I want to remind you, my character is level 69, nice, but also that means they're going to deal with some high-level combat. More Bloodbug, right? You are manually shooting. Would you rather like two-shot the thing and have to shoot slower, or three-shot the thing and shoot faster, right? Like it's kind of the trade-off there. I like spamming my hand cannons to a certain degree, but I also want them to hit hard. I would like if there would be a way really so that I could make it both hit really hard and shoot really fast. But obviously, I like the trade-off. There's, like, you know, designing a weapon that does different things based off of what you want it to do is cool. I do like this Desert Eagle, this Magnum Autoloader, whatever you want to call it, depending on what, you know, the mod author lists both in the title, right? Technically part of another millennia series of weapons. This gun slaps. It's a good gun. I just wish the customization worked better. And I wish there was maybe a little bit more customization, I think, right? Like having glow sights on there would be cool, and then being able to customize those would be something. But nothing too major. I think if you're looking for a nice, just solid, like low file size Desert Eagle, this might be the mod for you. You guys let me know what you think in the comment section down below. Do you want to spam this gun? Or you want to be less spammy, but still, you can still spam it regardless. But you want this big, heavy fucking hand cannon of a fucking thing in your Fallout 4 game, make sure to check out the top link in the description. There'll be a link there to the Bethesda.net page or the Nexus mod page. You can download this mod for yourselves there. If you guys have enjoyed the video, like the video. If you guys are new to my channel, make sure to subscribe, that we can check out more videos from me. And pretty much other than that, you guys have a good rest of your day, or whatever it may be, and I will see you in the next episode.